Hi, I'm Wilson Smith.
And I'm Cristal Campbell. Welcome to Breaking Chains.
Our guest today is Sheila Gentry. She's got 3 years clean now. She's also Cristal's aunt. How you doing, Sheila?
I'm good. How are
Glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you. An honor and privilege to be here.
We are glad that you are here. It's been a minute because I've asked you several times. But we're here to talk about how you, where your addiction went and how far it went and how did you get sober and stuff. So how did you fall into addiction, your age, or what you were doing? And
I was working at a furniture factory, and it was very stressful. This guy gave me half of a lower tab, and it made me feel good. I could do them pillows, I could do everything. I wasn't slow, I guess. I couldn't. And that turned into a half to a whole to where I was in 2018 to 22. I really don't know how many I was taking, but that brought the addiction in. And the hiding part of it, hiding it from your family, hiding it from your coworkers, but I couldn't keep up with this world. And I thought I had to have the pain pills to keep going, because this world's moving so fast. In my mind, I thought it was, and I could be happy, But it's so overwhelming. Sometimes the world can be overwhelming.
yes. How old were you when you started your?
I don't remember.
It's been a while back. Did you have children at this time?
Yes.
How did it affect your home life?
I was in the bed a lot when I didn't have them. The pills. Money, going through money, because it costs us a lot to do your addiction, to be in that place. There's many times that I cried out to God, because I wanted to get sober. The lies.
Yeah.
That's what affected me most, is my conscience would bother me. But yet, when I got them pills, it was gone.
Right.
I just, I lost everything. I mean, not my family, but I lost their trust. It affected my marriage. My son even says, get up and live, Mom.
Right.
Get up and do stuff. Well, when you ain't got them pills and your mind's laying there thinking, where can I get another one? You ain't the person you're supposed to be.
Right.
I wasn't Sheila. I was somebody completely different.
Well, that's what drugs does to you. It changes your whole demeanor. It changes your mindset.
Yes.
Because you don't have a good mindset when you're using of anything. Your mind,
yes.
your mindset's off. But when you get in recovery and stop using, it takes a minute for your mindset, because you got to retrain your brain.
Yes.
When you retrain your brain to do the right things, the next right thing, it helps out a lot, because you're not thinking about the next pill or the next drug. You're thinking about what can I do to better myself, or to help my family, to help my grandchildren and stuff like that.
It's a lot to process.
Were you ever a functionable addict?
What does that mean?
It means, did you hold a job? Did you get your housework done? Take care of your kids?
Well, if I had my pills, I could work. But if I didn't have my pills, I was leaving. I couldn't work. Because in my mind, I thought, I'm hurting. I got to get this done. It affected, some days I wouldn't do nothing. I have fallen asleep at my machine. But I'd have to go home many times. No, you can't hold a job. Not in addiction. You can't be the person that your workplace wants. That you want, It hurts. It really hurts a addict. Because they do want to be normal. Or I feel like I wanted to be normal. But normalcy wasn't there. Because that addiction took over my life.
Right. Well, did it cause you to do things that you normally wouldn't do?
Yes.
Like what?
This bothers me. I have stolen pills, but I tried to replace them. Take so many that I don't know where I'm at. Have to call my husband, come get me. I think that's odd, Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there on the side of the road throwing up because I took so many. And it's just sad, I hate that my life was like that, but I'm so glad I'm here today. Mm-hmm. Because I did try to overdose in 2018 in January. Because I was so tired of this life, the cycle. Addiction is a cycle.
Yes.
Over and over every day. Your mind's on that. Where do I get that? Where do I get my next fix? Mm-hmm. And it brings you down. I was so ashamed when they come in there and said that I had took 2 Adderall or 1 Adderall, but I was doing the pill, and I took it. Mm-hmm. It made me go. I like to have OD'd. My blood pressure was 280, over 100 something. I didn't know where I was at. I was telling my children, I was seeing my sister, calling her Donna. And when they told me I had meth in my system, I knew I was caught at the hospital because you get red flagged.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So when I go to my doctor for a follow-up, she brought a nurse in like I was the worst. I felt like I was the baddest person on earth. And she says, I can't write you no more of this. Why didn't you come and talk to me? You got addiction, you don't talk. I just wanted the pills.
Yes. You feel ashamed of yourself.
Yes. Because they opened the door and everything and wasn't like the same. And I said, no. I don't want the pills. I don't want the pills. I got down the road crying. Called her and said, I need the pills. No. And then I got in this program to get off of it. But that program that I was in was on, the Suboxones. And then they got, it's, that didn't help me. That just brought in another addiction.
Right.
Well, that's like most of the things that, if you get off meth, they give you methadone or Suboxones or something like that, and that's just another addiction that the doctor's prescribing for you, and you're thinking it's okay because you're an addict.
Yeah. And
it's not okay because it's just one thing right after another. The doctor's going to prescribe you to get you better.
Yeah.
And sometimes, for a temporary time, it might work. But for the long-term time, it's just, like you said, another addiction that you're going to have to get through to get over and get through that. They say pain pills is the hardest thing to get off of, and I guess it is.
It is. I mean, I took myself off the Suboxones in the October of 2019, and I literally cried out to God to help me because my body was aching, my legs was killing me. And I made a phone call and I told this person, I said, I'm ready to blow my brains out. I'm hurting so bad. I need help. Well, it got better. 2 weeks coming off of it. It just, I'm learning who Sheila is. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, I gotta wake up every day and be thankful for that day, one day at a time. If I make it through this day, I'm doing good. I'm not saying there ain't days that, I can't get my clothes done, I can't get this done, but it's okay. It's okay not to be rushed.
Right. How long were you a user?
Oh, goodness, probably 15 years, I guess.
Must have been a big adjustment getting off of it.
Yes. I lost my trailer because of my addiction. Truly.
What led you to cleaning up your life?
I wanted to live and not die.
What got you to that point? To want to live? What was your rock bottom?
From the shame of the doctor telling me. I knew I had addiction because you try to hide it.
Yeah.
And your family enable you.
Yes, they will.
They'll enable you, and they don't.
But they don't understand addiction. Most families don't understand addiction. They just think you need just quit and you'll be okay. No, when you quit, you're still going to need that help to get your body back right, get your mindset right. You need, counseling and therapist meetings. And our meeting is Unchained, and it's here every Friday night.
Yes.
At Unity Broadcast, Channel 39 Studios. I can't see that. Sorry. 5525 Highway 178, Fulton, Mississippi. Y'all come join us.
The meetings start at 6 o'clock. We do give signatures for CPS and drug court. If you have any questions about the meeting or you just need to talk to somebody, you can give me a call at 662-551-0090. My name is Wilson Smith.
Okay, Aunt Sheila, how did you do it? How did you start your process of getting recovered?
I don't understand.
What was your first step to say, I'm done with my addiction, I want a better life, this is how I'm going to do it? What did you do to start your better life?
Well, after I quit, you come into my life during your recovery. And you took me to meetings. You took me, and that's right there, her being there in my life. When her mother passed away, I fell apart. She was there, and not only that, just taking the steps, having somebody that cared about me. It wasn't about drugs. It wasn't about anything, wanting anything, but helping me see who I am and wanting me to get better. You wanted me to get better. Yes. Through everything you said, even though it hurt, sometimes you have to get your feelings hurt in order to see who you are. She helped me. I think her group, what she does, this program, their Friday night meetings, it's working. It's wonderful to be able to come and say how you feel and have somebody understand that's been there. If somebody's not been there, it's
hard for them to understand.
Yes.
And I did when my mom died. I had 7 months with her sober.
Yes.
And Aunt Sheila was going through some tough times, so I would take her to all my meetings that I went to.
Yes.
And just to show her that recovery is real and she can do it and she has done it.
Yeah. And even when I sat in the car, they brought it out, what they was talking about,
Yeah, I brought it to you.
Yes.
We discussed it. If she didn't come in, I'd come out and discuss it with her on the way home. And sometimes she'd come in and just say,
That was a good year, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Of going, and that right there helped me. And I have children and grandchildren that I want to be here. I want to be sober. I want to be clean, because Grandma is not like in the past. Grandma's a good mama.
Yeah.
You know,
She's got a new life.
She's not screaming. She's calm. She's cool. You know, she's drug free. My mama don't do drugs.
Right.
That's a good thing. Mama is there for me.
And they won't know that mama that did drugs. They will
Right.
never know that lady that used to be.
I think the process, the process of getting better is knowing that somebody cares.
Yes, and having somebody that cares for you and that loves you and wants to see you grow and wants to see you get better
Yes.
is a big thing in recovery. You've got to have that support for people, for addicts like me. I needed that support from
Yes.
my family and my recovery groups, people I didn't even know that I finally broke out and talked to. You need that support. You need support from not just your family and the support groups. We even got Wilson, you know, he's a supporter now.
Yes.
That would be him.
He gave me an NA book and help me. These meetings do help. You may think nobody cares, but they do. Because we do recover.
Yes, we do. What's the tools you use to stay sober? Like people, places, and things, meetings, and like the AA book. That's a good tool.
I was told in this meeting about a nap, 24 hours. I've got that. I read that daily. I read the Bible. I can't think like an addict. So my process is totally different when my mind wants to work out and do the addict brain thing. Mm-hmm. Where's some pills? I have to take a step back.
You got to set boundaries for yourself.
Yes, and who you hang with, which I'm sort of a loner.
Isolation is not a very good thing.
I know. I try to think that, but for me, spending time with God really helps.
And you're active in church?
Yes, I go to Providence Baptist Church. We welcome everybody.
Yes, I love that.
How big of a part does God play in your recovery?
Oh, a big part. A big part.
I know if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here.
That's right. Amen. We all come a long ways. We have to remember where we come from.
That's something you don't need to forget. It's where you come from. Because if you forget where you come from, you're going to go right back. It's you shall fall if you forget where you come from.
Yes.
I remember, where I come from. I remember my rock bottom had a basement. So, God had to pull me out of my basement that I built for myself.
Yeah. And we have to let down the walls that we build. Addiction builds walls. Mm-hmm. And it gets overwhelming. I know what I felt was the daily process. Every day. Same thing. Now I get up and it's not, I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm at peace. Where in addiction, you're wired. Everything's got to be just so. And I thank God that I'm sober. Truly sober. And that He made a way where it seems to be no way. There's so many addicts out here that they need help. They need intercession. They need this group. They need AA. They need CR. Because we're losing them. We are. And they do matter. Addicts, drugs, everything. People, you do recover. It's slow, but you do recover.
Yeah, you do not recover overnight.
No.
It is not an overnight process.
It's a one day at a time.
One day at a time. I love that.
And I interact, in my ministry, I interact with a lot of addicts, recovering addicts, and years ago I would have never guessed that some of my best friends in the world would be recovering addicts. Just because somebody's hooked on something, that doesn't mean they're a bad person. They might do bad things because the addict mind leads them to do it, but once they give it to God and once they're working for their own life, they just turn into the best people.
Yes, you said
you, Will.
yes, thank you. You said it the best.
Right. What advice would you give somebody else that's listening to us of what they should do if they wanted to get sober?
If you're at your breaking point, seek help. Reach out to somebody. And just open up your heart and admit that you're an addict. That you truly are an addict. And seek the help. Somebody's willing to listen when you think that nobody else is listening. But just know that there's people out here that care. There's people out here that's willing to talk to you, get you the help. This group will help you. Ministers will help. Nobody's judging because we've all been there and fall short of the glory of God. But just reach out.
Right.
Know that somebody truly cares. I know that I care. That God is there too. And He's waiting and holding on.
Yes, He is. And He has His hand reached out for you daily. All you have to do is be willing to let it go. To admit that you're an addict.
Yes, that's the first step.
To admit that you're an addict. And it's hard to do when you're in the mindset of, no, I'm not. I quit when I want to. I just quit when I want to.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Right.
You have to be willing to quit and put it down, turn around, walk away from it, don't go back.
Yes.
God will help you do that. Your self-esteem will get better when you turn your life around.
Yes.
You're a wonderful person already. You just gotta let the drugs go to be a brighter and better person one day at a time.
I'm unchained.
I'm unchained.
I am unchained.
I'm unchained.
I'm unchained.
I'm unchained.
Hi, I'm Wilson Smith.
And I'm Cristal Campbell.
And we're here to invite you to the Unchained Recovery Group meetings every Friday night at 6 p.m. at Unity Broadcasting TV 39 Studios.
At 5525 Highway 178 here in Fulton, Mississippi.
We do give signatures for drug court and CPS, and everyone is welcome.
Hope to see you there.
Second weekend of May, the second Saturday, we're going to be having the Spring Recovery Celebration, which is sponsored by Southern Recovery Advocacy. And we're going to be raising money to get beds in rehab for inmates who are only in jail because they can't get a bed in rehab because they can't afford it or whatever. We're going to have some music, live music. We're going to have games for the kids. We're going to have a cakewalk out on the walking track in front of the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And Cristal's getting all excited and needs to tell you something.
No, I just love cakewalk.
Yeah, Cristal loves cake.
Yes.
And anyway, that's going to be at 5525 Highway 178 here in Fulton, Mississippi at the TV 39 Studios. And if you need some information, or again, if you just need to talk to somebody, maybe we can direct you to some help if you need it. My name is Wilson Smith, and the number is 662-551-0090, and Cristal's about to give you her number.
662-397-9812.
And you can get a hold of either one of us.
Yes, at any time.
So Sheila, how's your life gotten better? I mean, obviously, it's gotten better.
Yes. I can get out and do stuff. I can, we have money. It's not spent on drugs. We have a home. Our bills are paid. They're paid on time. That's a big thing.
Yes, it is.
That's a big thing to be able to pay a bill on time.
Oh, no.
Feels good. And pay stuff off.
Yes.
I'm just blessed.
You get to spend time with your grandchildren?
Yes. That they trust me enough to, like, my granddaughter called me, and we go. And I have 3 of the most beautiful granddaughters. I'm so blessed.
So you run the trust of your kids back.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yes, it is.
You have to build trust because they think you're lying. But when you build that trust up, things starts happening.
I think when you have God in your life and you start building trust with your kids, that doesn't come overnight either. You have to work on that daily. And sometimes it's not in your time when they start trusting in you back. It's in their time because I know with my kids, I let them know that I loved them. And I let them know for a very long time by text message or calling them. That they didn't answer sometimes. I didn't hear from Jonathan for a while. But then he's seen the growth in me, and they trust me again, and I feel like you do. I have my grandkids in my life, and they will never see an addict grandma, because that's not who I am anymore. And
well, see, my son said he didn't know I was on that. So you can function knowing in your mind like that. I just know that I'm growing, and it's a daily process. And I'm just truly happy.
I see the growth in you.
Yes, that I can be here and function and not be high and not be somebody else.
Right.
I'm Sheila, and I'm who I am. I'm a recovering addict.
You're unchained.
And I'm unchained.
That's right, unchained.
I'm not got them burdens that feels like on your back. I am unchained. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And speaking of Unchained, we have the Unchained Recovery Group meeting here at the studios at, what's that address?
5525 Highway 178, Fulton, Mississippi.
And we start at 6 p.m. and we do give signatures for everybody who needs signatures. And like I said, if you need to talk to somebody, you can always give us a call, 662-551-0090.
662-397-9812.
And Sheila, it's wonderful we've seen a lot of growth in you since we've known you, and well, she's known you all her life. But
yes, I love you. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
And we don't know who the guest is going to be next week, but I'm sure it's going to be somebody interesting as usual. We have a knack for finding those. And don't forget, on the second weekend, we got the Spring Recovery Celebration. And don't forget our meetings here at the TV 39 studios on Friday nights.
5525 Highway 178, Fulton, Mississippi.
And we'll see you next week.
Hope to see you there.
Bye.